Hello everybody. A number of news items in this very short video. The first bit of news, by the way, I'm not on GB News this weekend. That seems to be a sporadic invitation now, which is fine with me. I get more time to make videos. The next bit of news is I will be speaking in the House of Commons in the committee room, courtesy of Andrew Bridgen MP. I'll be one of the speakers there, so nice chance to address the MPs directly, as it were, those who turn up. Andrew Bridgen's a great guy. He supports the Madness and Net Zero cause, and one of the very few honest MPs, frankly, who's got a backbone. The other bit of news is in a few weeks' time, you'll all be able to see it. There's a new movie coming out. It's called Climate the Movie, brackets The Cold Truth, and it's made by Martin Durkin and produced by Tom Nelson. Now, Martin did make the great global warming Swindle movie in 2007. This is it here, and I'll be putting a link to that in the description. It's on YouTube. It's worth watching, actually. It caused him tremendous pain. His life changed after that movie. He's a documentary maker, but that one changed his life because in come the hounds, as it were. He's made a brand new one, Climate the Movie, and you'll all be able to see it pretty well next month. So that's happening. Now, in addition to that, I'd like to talk a bit about the Tom Nelson YouTube channel. Tom Nelson interviews, well, I think he's interviewed about 175 people on our side of the argument, all different walks of life. He interviewed me, for example. He interviewed all the leading scientists and so on. Great resource, his podcast channel and on YouTube. And he made one recently, last week actually, that caught my eye quite a lot. And I'd like to actually just introduce you to this and then hand you the link over to that podcast if you're interested. And what I'd like to introduce here is this chap who did this work on the latest podcast, produced this table, this graph here is one of the many things he produced in the podcast. He examines the ridiculous nature of net zero in the UK. And just look at these costs here. You're being told that renewable energy is cheap. Now, what he's done is actually look at what we paid. So it's historic. What did we pay for it? And just look at this. It just exposes the total lie. The truth is, you are being lied to. And then you've got things like the EU. Thank goodness we're not in it. But the EU now saying, they want to make it illegal to repair cars more than 15 years old. That's a proposal within the EU. What are they trying to do? They're trying to pulverize the people who can't afford posh cars, and frankly, cars are so expensive these days. Even petrol and diesel, the entry levels really shot up. It's very difficult. And to actually ban people from repairing things, apparently is a green thing to do, is it? No, it's to force you into their path. An impossible path where the sums don't add up in electric cars. Anyway, I would like to, in the link below, if you're interested in following up this information and a lot more on the latest Tom Nelson broadcast, I'm putting the link there for you to follow. Well, yet another great story from Tony Heller on the Arctic ice. Just look at what's happening on this date now, right up to date. Ice extent is now higher than when Al Gore stood up in front of the Nobel Prize Committee and made his prediction in 2007. The last story for today is about Wales, here where I live, and it's about farming. Our great leader Drakeford, who heads the Assembly in Wales, is determined to take 20% off the land off each farm, making it totally uneconomic for many farms to stay in existence even. This is a great way to restrict food. 10% goes to forestry and 10% goes to wilding. This is madness. But one of the most annoying videos I've ever seen is Mark Drakeford, who said he'd listened to farmers. And I'm going to finish with this. This is what Mark Drakeford, our great leader in Wales, said. And by the way, can I point out that farmers getting behind the Labour Party, this is the Labour Party. This is the Labour Party in Wales. Rishi Sunak has actually said this will not happen in England. So, and I'm not backing Rishi, believe me, but this is happening in Wales. And I hope there's total revolt against this. I mean by that peaceful revolt, of course, but I hope there is total revolt. Why should we accept this man telling us what you're going to do, exactly what you're going to do, because of his indoctrination on a false premise that somehow we can make any difference whatsoever as a country? I mean, it is ridiculous. Anyway, here's the excerpt, and I'm going to finish with that. So thank you for watching, and tell me what you think about this excerpt from our great leader in Wales.
We have listened carefully to what farmers have said, but we will not compromise on the actions we will take to make sure that this country makes our contribution to climate change, and farming and the rural parts of Wales will make a contribution to that.